Hello! Happy Thursday. I hope wherever you are that you and your loved ones are safe and well, that you're having a good week, and that you are all doing okay. I'm going to get right into it. I am supposed to have, or was being the operative word, my cervical spine MRI of my neck that has been pushed back and pushed back. Tomorrow, this was supposed to take place at 12:45 or 11:45. Well, being the carefully burned consumer that I am, I called everybody involved to quadruple check that pre-authorization was received because it is required. Found out from my doctor's office that they told the radiology office they didn't need to get any pre-authorization. Now, let's just say I didn't believe them, okay? So I called my insurance company. I basically contacted everybody, and the insurance company said, you do need it. So I was like, fantastic. So I called the doctor's office back and left a message with the service because it was, of course, lunchtime, and they said, okay. I gave them all the numbers they needed, who they needed to call, and so bottom line is I had to cancel tomorrow's appointment. Which, you know what? Raise your hand if you're upset that I don't have to get an MRI tomorrow. Me neither. So it's pushed back for a couple weeks. Am I happy about that? No, I'm not. But am I happy about that? Yes, I am. Because the idea of getting an MRI done right now is not appealing, especially the cervical spine. Anything dealing with your head or your neck, if you haven't had one of those, you get into the machine. Now, I'm in the claustrophobic machine, and they do make them. It's a wide bore machine. Gives you more room. It's open on both ends, which is lovely. And compared to the old style, which was like right out of Dante's Inferno, the ninth circle of hell, whatever the worst case scenario would be. That's it. Open on both ends, like a big donut. You still have to go in it. It's still loud, but with the cervical spine and the head, you have to wear that mask. So you're like locked in and you got this mask over your face. And it's like a hockey mask. It could be any mask, no mask, whatever. I am not all about that. So am I bummed that I won't know how bad my cervical spine is? Yes. Am I bummed I don't have to do it tomorrow? No, I'm not. So a couple weeks, we wait. Anyway, the other thing I found out from the radiology office is that my images were already on the website. Now, in all the years I've had all these scans done, x-rays, MRIs, tests, whatever, I did not know that the hospital portal posted the pictures, because I said, is there any way to get my pictures? I wanted them emailed, and of course legally I guess they can't email them because how do they know they're sending them to me? But they said, you want to get them mailed or you want them picked up, or you could just see them on the portal. So I was like, hold up, wait 1 second. So the reason I left room on this side, and I just pulled my hair out, was because, brace yourselves, I learned a new skill. Now, if I did it right, if my daughter, all of her training that she gave us last night, sunk in at all, you will see a normal spine right here. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to leave it up there for a second. Absorb the normal spine. That's lovely. Congratulations to that person, whoever they are, for having a normal lumbar thoracic spine. Now I'm going to put mine up. Dun, dun, dun. Wah. That's what my spine looks like. I think we understand where the pain is coming from. What a mess. What a mess. That's a mess. Now, if this worked, you're seeing images. If not, I have already refilmed it and put images in via iMovie. But if it worked, I learned a skill this week. So anyway, since my spine is like that when it should be like that, I think we understand where the pain is coming from and why my back hurts so badly. Okay, so what to do? I think I have reached the point where I would like to get the facet injections done. Do I want to go in and get a procedure? No, I don't. But it's not pleasant. You're awake for it. They're asking you, do you feel this? Do you feel this? And all that crap. But if it gives me any relief, because let me tell you something, right now, to sit in any chair, I have to have one of our regular couch pillows, a lumbar support pillow, a rolled, that you squishy pillow that I have that you can bend all kinds of ways, and a acupressure pillow, which you're not supposed to use it 24 hours a day, but guess what, folks? I have been for like a year, however long ago I got the darn thing. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and a neck pillow. I don't know why I keep doing this. Like, it's like jazz hands, jazz fingers today. So I'm using like 6 pillows to sit at all. And so when I get into bed at night, universe, help. It is so bad. It is so very bad. It's so painful. And I feel terrible because I can't stop moving between my leg, which is like, son of a blah, 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 cloud of profanity over my head. Beep, 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 beep. I wish I had a beep button, because it would be like beep, beep, bleep, 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 bleep all over the video, because I cannot convey how badly it hurts. So that, plus my foot, because my foot's like, you know what? Your back and your leg hurt. Why not let me join in? So that jerk joins in. And my left foot, not even my right foot. Then my right foot's like, why be, without your other half? And so my right foot kicks up. So last night, was it last night? I don't know if it was last night, but basically I stay awake until I pretty much like pass out from exhaustion. So it's how fantastic I'm looking lately. Pretty bad. So last night, I don't know if it was this morning, it must have been this morning, I said to my husband, I'm sorry if I woke you up last night, because I was moving constantly. I cannot stop moving to try to get into a better position. And I said, I don't know how it came up, but I said, I feel really bad. And he's like, yeah, you were really grinding your teeth. And I was like, wait, what? I didn't realize I was grinding my teeth. And I said, oh, I thought I woke you up because I was moving. Apparently, I am grinding my teeth. And I woke myself up a couple of times over the last couple of weeks. It's not pleasant. I feel terrible. And so, he works very late. He starts very early. And like by the time he gets into bed, it's like he falls asleep. He wakes up easily, but he falls asleep pretty easily, I think. I, on the other hand, I'm awake all flipping night until like 4 in the morning, sometimes later. And it's just like, oh my gosh, my brain doesn't turn off. And I think that's the hard part, when your brain doesn't shut off enough or shut up enough, which I hate that expression, to just like let you have any peace about it. And it's like, I've tried melatonin. I have to go back taking the medical marijuana before I go to sleep, because that, at least, if I take it 2 hours in advance of when I think I might fall asleep, and if I can get my back in a position, which is impossible, but if I can try to do that, I might be able to get some rest, because like I'm running on fumes right now. The other thing is, I'm getting my vaccine very soon, and the CDC released people from the mask mandate. I am very curious. I've heard a lot about this. I've seen articles about it. People that are concerned about getting back to normal, whatever normal is. But like, for me, when I went to Manhattan the other day, it was hard, and I think I talked about that, seeing stores that I could never have shopped in a million years, or would ever have shopped in, because I'm not like an antique or fancy shopper. It's like way out of any kind of realm of reality. But they were beautiful stores, and they're gone now. Restaurants, same thing. I wouldn't have eaten in them, but they were lovely to look at, lovely to pass. Gone. Midtown is the same. Like, a lot of stores are gone. And I hate that. And like, I have family that work downtown, and that's a ghost town, like Wall Street area. It's bad. Places are closed. I don't want my city to look like that. I don't want Broadway to be shut down. I'm an arts person. I love theater. These are the magical parts of living in New York City that are hanging by a thread right now. And do I want those things to be gone? No, I don't. I'm supposed to go see Motley Crue and Def Leppard. It was canceled last summer. Do I want to do that? I have waited 30 years to do that. And it's in an outdoor venue, but I'm not gonna lie, that scares me. And I don't think I'm going to be outside without a mask on, or indoor in a store or anything, which is rare, for a long time. And it doesn't matter. Like the CDC, I appreciate they must know stuff that we don't know, but I'm not there. And my family, like, I think everybody feels the same way. Like, Like, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about getting back to normal? And wherever you live, if you live in a big city, if you live in a more rural area, how do you feel about that? Like, I've been on the subway a bunch of times. It was fine. I was nervous because everyone was talking about the crime in the subways and stuff. And I was like, first of all, I am prepared. As prepared as I can be. And I'm, aware of my surroundings. But it was fine. It was just people going to work or going whatever they're going. Maybe like me, going to a stupid doctor's appointment. But it was reassuring. Now we don't have a car anymore. We don't drive. So it's like, I don't know, like, what that's like for people, like having to drive around, go different places. If the stores where you go are different now, if they're gone, places that shut down in areas where that was the one store that people needed. It's a terrible time. And I know we're coming back, but how do you feel about that? How do you feel about going back to doing normal things? I feel like, I've talked about this, I feel like the pandemic in a lot of ways maybe saved me mentally. May is also Mental Health Awareness Month. Like, how are you coping with that? I know that there are friends and family that were told that their offices are going to be reopening in person in the next few months. How do you feel about that? I don't know how I feel about that, and I'm not even in an office, but I want to make sure, like, the advocate in me, the mother in me, the sister, the spouse, the friend, I want to make sure that people going back are safe. And that's out of my hands, but how do you feel about that? I'm very curious. I want to put an Instagram poll. Are you ready to just jump back in? Like, I have people that are like, oh, I don't care, I'm ready to go. Now I can say that as somebody, my daughter is an adult. She's not in school, and I would imagine it's harder for parents who have been, home with their kids, trying to get school done while working a full-time job. It's like a totally different reality. If this had happened 15 years ago, 10 years ago, it would have been a different story for me, I'm sure. But being the homebody that I am, being the person that I like being home, I don't mind being home. So the pandemic, my family's the same way. The pandemic didn't like shock us into, oh great, now we have to be home. Like, we're all just like, okay, it's just not really different from what we've done forever. But how do you feel about that? How are you feeling? I'm very, very interested in knowing where you would land on that. And there's no wrong answer, obviously. It's just, I'm curious. Because people that I've spoken to, it's kind of an even split. Like, I want everything to reopen, but I don't necessarily want to be in the thick of it. I want to come back safely. So I don't know. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to talk more about that tomorrow in the blog, but I wanted to just jump on and show you my technological skills. If it worked, which hopefully it did, we'll see what happens. And also to show you how jacked up my spine is. I mean, like, the image, it's bad. It's bad. And it's like, but it explains so very much. And that's a slight curve, they said. So I'm horrified by the idea of, like, what the hell does that mean? Like, what's a moderate to severe? Like, I've seen moderate to severe curves, and how do I stop that from happening? Because obviously we don't want that to happen. And I'm like, ha 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 ha. But no, in my head I'm like, ha 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 ha. And the pain at night is a nightmare. And I think I feel everything more because it's nighttime and I'm not moving and I'm not talking and I'm not, whatever. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. I hope that you have a low pain, no pain, low aggravation, no aggravation kind of an afternoon. I hope wherever you are, again, you are all safe and well. Please, please, please leave me an instant message. DM me, Instagram me. I'm on there. YouTube. Hopefully you're leaving comments down here. I think you can. We'll find out if you can. Otherwise, leave me a comment. Where do you land? How do you feel? You can also message me via the blog. You can leave a comment there. But I am curious. Where do you land on it? How do you feel about it? Are you already out there? Maybe you've been out there the whole time. My sister, my other relatives, they've been out there working, healthcare workers the whole time. Like, there's been no reprieve for them. There is no coming back because they've been out there the whole time. And thank goodness for them. Thank goodness for them. And I continue to pray for them and wish them well. But anyway, I will talk to you tomorrow via the blog and see you next week for another video. Bye. Be well.